Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. In today's video, I'm going to discuss floor pricing. Do ultra modern Pokemon products have a floor price? Is that price retail on certain products? Is it what the wholesale cost is? Or does it just not exist altogether? I'm gonna look back in history. We've been around for 25 years now, so I'm gonna use some historical data points to show, and I'm also going to use our favorite ultra premium Charizard collection to discuss what's going on with that. And I know I did a video that was set aside specifically for junk slabs, but floor price on slabs is also occasionally brought up in conversation as if certain things might buoy the cost of slabs, like the cost of grading. Oh, as long as it's a popular character in a high grade, it can't go below the cost of grading. But yeah, I'm just going to do kind of a video covering some of those topics. And where we will start first is the interesting case study that we're kind of in the middle of right now, the Ultra Premium Collection. When this came out, you can see we're on TCG Player right here. It got stonky, it got crazy. 3 unique Charizard promos, how could you go wrong? I did have a video last week that covered this all by itself, grading the cards, breaking the product down. This is just going to be further elaborating on like how low can we possibly go with a product such as this. As you can see, $96. We've already had sales on TCG Player, and I believe that's shipped. I've seen Black Friday sales $80 to $90 a piece. Wholesale, I mentioned in my video, I pay $80. I cannot sell on TCG Player nor eBay for $100 shipped and make money. So some of these people are either selling at a loss or they're buying at such volumes that they are making a small margin still because they might be getting it closer to 70. Maybe they pay lower fees on certain platforms. Whatever the case may be, like you see Card Shop Live, that name is thrown around a lot. They buy in massive quantities. They're likely getting a low enough price where they're making a decent margin at 107.60. But some amount of people out there, I mean, I talked about it in that video, bought it sealed at full retail, Walmart, Target, their local game store, plus tax. 130, you're not selling this sealed. And I mentioned I got 80 in my first wave, 80 in my second wave. I know nothing about a third wave yet. If and when one comes, I'll definitely mention it in a video or a live stream. But if more of this continues to come, if they treat this as they did Evolutions and they keep it on the shelves available for the coming years, there is no floor on this product. Again, it's not going to go down. I mean, things would be very dark in the broader world economy and in Pokemon specifically if this product were to able to go below $50 or something. There's 16 packs in there. I mentioned in my video, $2 a pack. I mean, you start adding up the contents. For this to go sub 50, sub 60, numbers that low, things would be really, really bad. And I'm not trying to paint like a negative picture. Towards the end of the video, I'll show you some metrics and some data from TCG Player that kind of show how healthy the Pokemon market is overall compared to where we were on certain product lines like a year ago. But yeah, as you see, demand is high, supply is higher, at least at the price point of retail. We've gone sub-retail. Just because stores are paying 80, I mean, I'm not personally going to sell any of mine for a loss, but if it comes down to a store having to pay their bills, having to pay their payroll, having to keep the lights on, it can and does happen. I'm not going to get into like specific examples with images or anything like that because I'm not too knowledgeable on it, but Rudy has made so many videos about the Amazon dumps that Hasbro is currently doing. Magic has so many other things going on, so much other negativity and drama and things related. But yeah, I mean that's kind of a different consideration where the producer Wizards of the Coast is selling direct to consumer. We do have that through the Pokemon Center, but they sell for retail. They sell for full retail, not for whatever price they feel like it. That might even be sub wholesale. If and when things got dark enough though, Pokemon Company, as Hasbro, as Wizards of the Coast, they're all businesses intended to profit. They all have shareholders they have to answer to. If and when things, I mean, I've talked about serialization, I've talked about different kinds of things that they could have in their bag of tricks. doing more direct to consumer, doing some, hopefully never Amazon dumps, things like that, but who knows? I mean, if and when Pokemon decided to go the Hasbro Wizards of the Coast route and dump this directly to the consumer, they could probably sell at $60, $70. I mean, they could sell for well below my $80 cost basis direct to consumer, and they could make a ton of money doing it, especially tying in some partnership with Amazon, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I guess the point of this video, we saw Battle Styles. My cost when Battle Styles released was $82.50. This only goes back a year on TCG Player. I actually sold out of my boxes at $150 a box out of the gate at release on Battle Styles. But then there was a multi-month period where they got down to like $80 shipped on eBay, sub $80 on TCG Player. Again, that just shows you that just because the cost basis is higher doesn't mean people won't sell below the cost basis. One little data point, one little historical point that I wanted to show. Anyone who knows what the Wayback machine is, it's a website that allows you to view like an archived image, an archived capture of what a website looked like anytime in the past that it was screenshotted. January 9th, 2004, about 4 or 5 years after the release of Pokemon. What you see right here, Pokemon Base 1 Booster Box. Yes, that is the base set unlimited booster box. $40. Half of what boxes are wholesaling for today. I don't know what boxes were wholesaling for back then. I do know that retail, I believe, was about $2.99 a pack. $2.99 a pack, extended out 36 packs, around $108, $110. So that just shows you, again, I'm not forecasting. I mean, we did have a bubble in 2020 that popped. A lot of things came down. We did have boxes go sub 80. We have availability now. All of 2020, everything was being bought out of every store everywhere. 9.1 billion cards printed. It barely satiated the demand. I mean, it didn't fully for a long time there. We're getting back to where they might have slightly oversupplied certain products. Maybe, I mean, at least for the retail pricing, where the market price is on an item is the equilibrium between supply and demand. So Pokemon oversupplied this product line per retail price as of today. A year from now, 2 years from now, this could be doing very, very well. I actually talked in my Ultra Premium Collection Charizard video, some price targets, some long-term price targets where I think it'll go. But this shows you if and when a lot of people exit the hobby, if and when, we never know what the future might hold. If and when Pokemon falls out of favor, I don't think it will ever get this dark, at least not in the next 25 years. I wouldn't expect to see Ultra Modern booster boxes at 40. But yeah, Fossil Jungle and Base Unlimited all were available for $40 each at this point in time. So that just shows you if and when businesses need to move dead product to move them, it will happen and prices can go down. Another thing I wanted to talk about, as I mentioned, were slabs. I have, similar to, I talked out some on the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection. I had an entire video devoted to that. I did have an entire video devoted to junk slabs and how there is no floor. As of right now, I think a lot of people know what's the name, PokeJace. I think a lot of people know that username. Seem to be going through. Shout out Rusty. Rusty's here selling one of his Vaporeons at auction for $18. PSA 10, popular character. Yeah, it's only a non-holo rare, but during 2020, things like these were selling really, really high. I don't think that, like, Rusty probably did fine on these. Rusty probably graded them for about $750, $850, something like that. These were probably graded before the shutdown, and they probably only came back fairly recently. But yeah, you see it in sports. You saw it in my video where I went through PSA 9, PSA 10 mint. A lot of people pushed back on that video saying Pokemon doesn't have failed prospects. Every Pokemon is someone's favorite, this and that. I still stand by the fact. A lot of people push back on dollar bins in Pokemon. I think Pokemon PSA graded 1 million Pokemon cards between 1999 and 2020. And then since, they've graded 4 million more, and they're on pace to grade over 1 million a year. I mean, couple million a year, potentially every year into the future, at least for now. All those things can change. All those things can equilibrate in different ways. But if and when 10 years from now, we have another 20 million Pokemon slabs on the market, in my opinion, whether grading is $10, $15, $6, whatever it may be, the cost of grading will not serve as a floor price. A lot of I hate to use the term junk slab. I hate to use the word junk because some people enjoy every card, and if it brings you happiness and joy or whatever, I mean, it's fine if you like a PSA 5 unlimited Weedle, but that card has no floor. Cards like that have no floor because more and more, millions more, are being graded every year. The cost of grading becomes irrelevant, as does the wholesale cost of a product. The wholesale cost of these products, what these products were selling for in 1999 and 2000, they didn't matter. Hills Wholesale Gaming was a business that had to keep the lights on. And when the bubble popped, when the 1999-2000 bubble popped, when a lot of demand moved away, when they still had a huge, I mean, pallets upon pallets, I would imagine, of product like this, they still had to sell it. They still, and at whatever point that was, I mean, people will sell at a loss to keep the lights on. Look at all these examples of PSA 10 auctions, sub $20. Again, they're not like ultra rares. They're not, I mean, they actually are ultra rares. They are Vs, they are EXs, they are things like that. Part of the reason that I didn't mean to pick on Rusty here, because I graded some myself. I looked recently, I have 1,150 cards out for grading still from PSA from 2020 and 2021. 10 of them were these Bolton Vs. Best case scenario, if my Bolton V full arts grade PSA 10, I'm looking at $19. It's probably a $1 bulk, $1 or $2 bulk ultra rare. I only paid $8 or $9 to grade it. Shipping is like $4 though. I mean, if I hit the 10, I will maybe only lose $1 a piece. If I hit the 9, good night. Like, I don't know how much I'll lose, but again, no floor price on items like these. 10, 20 years from now, I mean, I predict Pokemon will outlive me. I truly think that Pokemon will be making sets that'll be 2,000 species 25 years from now, 50 years from now. Hopefully I'll make it. There'll be 20-something generations, 2,500 species. I can't imagine what it will look like, but Pokemon could very well outlive me. But at some point in the next hundreds of years, like I think Pokemon will ultimately meet its demise at some point. What will cause that, I have no idea. But well before then, even in the meantime, even when Pokemon is strong and healthy, Pokemon is strong and healthy today. Look at what Battle Styles did. A year ago, it was overproduced a little bit relative to market value. I mean, it's still, or MSRP, it's still, MSRP on booster boxes is weird. It's $140, but they generally sell around $100. That's a healthy price right now. $100 or so is a healthy price. And it's fought back. It's fought back for a year. If and when they reprint this, though, if and when they reprint this, this is going to go down again from here. And I mean, at some point, overprinting can happen even on a super high demand product, even on a super high demand franchise. I mean, MetaZoo went through its thing where they printed 100,000 Wilderness, 100,000 UFO. The boxes tanked to 50. That's actually one interesting data point too. They've not gone as low as Pokemon went 4 or 5 years after the boom of 1999. But Seance, they tightened up the print run. They printed half as much. They printed 50,000. And now Seance, I mean, why don't I just pull it right up? Seance is actually holding up at around 90, I want to say. Oh, it's searching in Pokemon. That's not going to work. So a Seance booster box is holding up at like 88, 90 right now. So doing a fair bit better than UFO did a month or 6 weeks out from release. So supply still matters. Supply still matters. And on items like junk slabs, air quotes, junk slabs, on items like even Charizard Ultra Premium Collection, if and when they print 5 million of these, it's going to be a long, slow climb. I mean, I'm sure it would fight back someday because it is a good product with 16 packs, 3 unique art Charizards, at least for now, not in any other product. But yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. I'm going to wrap up the video. As always, if you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Check out my affiliate link below at no cost to you. You can click that. It is Cyber Monday. I would go, like, if you're interested, there are probably deals as you're watching this video where you can get this what I paid wholesale. You're probably going to have to pay sales tax and that on top of it, but $80, $90, they're going in that range right now. it's a great opportunity. I don't predict this is going to go to 60. I don't predict it's going to go to 70, but honestly, it's already closer than I thought it would ever be. I didn't see it going sub 90 this quickly. So yeah, there is no floor on items like this. I could bring in so many other examples, and I'm sure I'll talk about it in videos down the line, but that's where we're going to end it for today. I appreciate you all watching, and I will catch you all later.